Spencer, with this one, on that last play, Jock described that last play, what he wanted for Mikal Bridges to cut to the basket. What did you see on that kind of caused that turnover?
Man, it was probably just miscommunication. I can't speak for Royce.
And for that fourth quarter for the Sixers to kind of get back into that game and things started to change, was that a matter of not getting the stops, or what was just kind of the key that allowed the Sixers to kind of get back into the swing?
Yeah, no, I mean, we had turnovers. Obviously they converted shots. And Embiid, obviously, even though he's not putting up necessarily Embiid-style numbers, he's still a problem just because we have to double and then, rotations and then, those guys knocking down some shots.
Spencer, you guys had that great run at a halftime to get back in the game. Just what changed offensively between the third and fourth quarter?
I mean, I feel like we just missed shots and slowed down a bit. To be honest, I think we had a stretch where we were getting some quality threes where we probably could have put the game out of reach when we were up, maybe about 5 or something. And we didn't convert and allowed them to stay in the game.
And how much did things change for you guys just when Nick got ejected, given how important he is?
Oh, I mean, you can look at the plus minuses, right? He's the only one positive, and he's very positive. Obviously, a big time just anchor for our team defensively. Was doing his job at a very high level tonight.
Spencer, you guys, Embiid looked like he was hurt a lot during the game. You guys kind of neutralized him pretty well. Were you surprised he got to that ball on your drive there?
I mean, he's a great player. You know what I mean? In those situations, the tough part is, like, you don't have that many options, right? Like, you're down, you got to go fast. So, he's a great player, made a great time and play. It's really about it.
Spencer, on that note, how surprised were you guys that Joel wasn't kicked out after he kicked Nick in the groin?
I mean, probably just because of the Draymond precedent, very surprised. But, I mean, what I'm going to do.
Spencer, obviously big picture, down 3-0. How do you guys claw back in this?
I mean, you preach a one game at a time mentality. Obviously, people have come back from 3-1 before, and that's kind of what they say. So you preach a one game mentality and take it step by step.
Joel picked up that fifth with 4 or 5 minutes left. Was there any discussion about going at him, trying to foul him out after that?
Yes, definitely. Obviously, something that we weren't able to do. Like I said, I feel like we got, for the most part, pretty solid looks. Especially a couple threes that we got off that, we probably would want back. Yeah.
Jacques said he wanted you guys to initiate the fight tonight. You obviously came out firing early in the first quarter. Was that a message you guys took to heart, trying to just bring the pressure early, where there was just not being down 2-0, but just bringing that pressure like Jacques wanted to hit first?
Yeah, I mean, he preaches that all the time, coming out trying to be aggressive on all fronts, especially defense, knowing that we're trapping, being aggressive, especially when he's not in the scoring area, so trying to get steals and things like that, and, not trying to foul when he is in the scoring area. So all those messages, he just wanted a heightened sense of urgency, of course, being down 2-0. And, I mean, I feel like, to start, we kind of did that.
The other day you mentioned about how you're optimistic because you guys have been within striking zone in the first 2 games. Another game where you guys have been close to pulling out the win. What can you take from these 3 games as you now prepare for a must-win game 4, just some positives that you've seen?
Again, I think defensively we did a pretty good job, held them right around 100 points, caused some turnovers. Obviously, again, limited Embiid. I mean, I think we had a fairly high effort level. Yeah, I mean, just not quite enough plays.
Spencer, as one of the leaders in the locker room, do you feel like there's a need to make sure that the guys aren't getting too frustrated by the way things played out with the refs and some of the mistakes tonight, or is this a group that doesn't need that reminder going to Game 4?
No, I mean, I think we understand the gravity of the situation, so I don't think we're using necessarily the refs as any more fuel or something of that nature. I mean, we have a tall task in front of us, and we have a next game mentality.
The team has taken 97 threes over the 3 games so far, but less than a quarter of them have come from the corners. Do you think that's something the Sixers are doing intentionally, or is that just sort of the way the ball's flowing?
Probably a little bit of both. I think they're definitely trying to do a good job taking away one of the most high-value shots in basketball. And we got to do a better job hunting the corners in terms of spacing and, making plays they get the ball there.
Thanks, guys.